Caitlin passes up a storm in an Iowa win. LSU gets UCLA. And Juju and USC eke out a win. Also, Duke makes a late push, but UConn ultimately takes care of business. What is up, awesome people of the internet? Happy Resurrection Day, the best day of the year. Guys, let's recap day 2 of the Sweet 16. And we begin with the first game on Saturday, which was UCLA versus LSU, where LSU got the win over the higher seed UCLA, 78-63. 69, I should say. Now, this game was really back and forth throughout. We saw LSU, who had the momentum in the first half, largely due to the sheer amount of missed three-point shots that UCLA took. Some of those shots started falling in the second half, and this became a ball game. And with 3 minutes left to go in the game, UCLA was on top, 65-62. And it seemed late in there, they seemed that their late game run was going to pan out. Then Anissa Morrow feeds Angel Reese the ball for a layup. Charisma Osborne comes down the other end, gets it to Gabriela Hawkes, who comes down and pulls up for a jumper. Splash. Anissa Morrow comes back down the court, gets a layup. Now we are at 2:26 left to go in the game, and UCLA is winning by 1 point, 67-66. And LSU is starting to get a little bit of momentum, but trading baskets is not going to work. So what do? Well, Kim Mulkey calls a timeout and gets her team to refocus on the mission at hand. After that timeout, UCLA comes down the court, misses a jumper. Down the court they go, and Angel Reese gets the ball and is fouled on a shot. 2 free throws for her. She makes both. Now LSU is up by just 1 point. UCLA comes down the court again and gets the ball to Kiki Rice, the person who has saved the day for UCLA countless of times this year. And she goes to the paint to get a bucket, and guess who's there? Angel Reese, who gets the block. Flau'jae Johnson gets the ball, and Kiki Rice immediately fouls her. Her 4th foul of the game. Flau'jae makes both of her free throws. Now we are at 1 minute, 33 seconds left to go in the game. UCLA is down by 3 points. LSU is winning 70-67. And Kiki Rice tries to come down the court, tries to get a bucket again, but she misses the shot. Flau'jae gets the ball, but turns it over. Time is still running down the clock, but UCLA still has a chance to win. And on a missed shot, Lauren Betts gets the rebound. She is fouled on a putback. She makes 1 of 2 shots. So UCLA still has a chance because they are only down by 2 points. Flau'jae ends up getting an O board, making the layup to stretch the lead. And Kiki Rice ends up getting an offensive foul. That is her 5th foul. Now she is out of the game. And now with 36 seconds left to go, and LSU is up by 4, it becomes a foul fest, and LSU ultimately wins the game. Now for LSU, their key to success really was Miss Flau'jae Johnson. She did just about everything for her squad, from her stellar defense, even getting 2 blocks and 12 rebounds, to getting the ball in the bucket from 2 3-pointers in a row, to a spin cycle move for a layup, to her mid-range shots. Big Foe was clicking on all cylinders for LSU, and she finished the game with a game-high 24 points. Now for the rest of LSU, everyone did their job. Angel Reese finished with another double-double with 16 points and 11 rebounds. She had a pair. She paired that up with 4 steals and 2 blocks as well. Michaela Williams and Anissa Morrow's mid-range shots were falling. Michaela finished with 12 points in this game, and Anissa finished with 17. Haley Van Lith came up clutch for the team in the 4th quarter, and in my opinion, played some of the best defense of her career. She finishes the game with 3 steals, 5 assists, and 7 points.
This question is for all 3 student athletes. As we cap off March, which is Women's History Month, can all 3 of you let us know who inspired you to be who you are today?
My mother inspired me to be who I am today.
Yeah, I would say my mom. My mom's a single mom, and me and my brother being able to go to college for free was just always been something that's inspirational for me.
Yeah, I had to get emotional.
Don't cry.
I'm not, sorry. My mom too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, before the game I was crying. I'm just emotional. I was trying to figure out, like, what's my why? And I kind of just looked at my mom today, Like, I never looked at it before, and it was like, I know my why now, you know what I'm saying? And I had just a different level of passion I knew I was going to play with today. And I see my mom out there, and she just sacrificed so much for me, so it's definitely my mom.
You just talked about how the team was able to be a team today and win this as a team.
Well, apparently people thought that we were just a bunch of individuals. So we took that personal, and we do have a star. We have stars on our team. We do. And people don't think that we're supposed to gel together. And we've gelled together all year. Some nights it's me, some nights it's Nee, some nights it's Flage. It's so many different players that can score on any given night, and people don't realize that. Like, we have a purpose, and our purpose is to get to the championship, and we don't care who scores. So I didn't lose confidence in my team, that I knew that they were going to come out and continue to do what they do, because we have great players on our team. So the best team won tonight. Also, the best individuals on the team won as well. Let's get that straight.
When Angel fouled out, it was like, all right, Fly, like, you got to step up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the most experience, like, you know what I'm saying, with Haley, and, you know, Niece ain't really played in this tournament before, so it was just like, you got to be the one to step up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I wasn't scared of the moment. You know what I'm saying? I really loved the light. I loved that underdog feeling. And, you know, Coach Moki told me, you know, go do what you do, and then I did.
Now, why did UCLA lose in this game? Well, they lost because the guards, instead of getting the ball to Lauren Betts and working through her in the paint, they wanted to shoot three-pointers. And shoot they did. As a program, UCLA shot 7 of 32 from the three, which most of those three-point attempts happened in the first half. It was clear that at the beginning of the game that no one on LSU could stop Lauren Betts. But the guards would throw bad entry passes to Lauren Betts and will wind up having the ball stolen. When Lauren would get the ball and pass it back out and try to reseal, they wouldn't get it back to her. Yes, Angel Reese fouled out in the game, but she fouled out with seconds left to go. If UCLA really fed the ball to Lauren Betts and truly played through her, I do believe UCLA would have won the game. Lauren Betts finished with 14 points and 17 rebounds for the game. Now, with the loss, this ends life as a Bruin for many of the seniors, and here is what was said after the game.
I want to first thank our 3 seniors that were here today, and including Emily Bessoir, who's not with us as a 4th, but, Izzy Anstey and Cam Brown and Charisma Osborne. I just want to thank them for their impact on our program, both on and off the court. Charisma and Cam came back for this year. And I think the thing that stings me as a head coach right now is that this isn't the way they wanted to go out. And ultimately, I take responsibility for that. I'm the head coach. We had 67-64 lead with 1:46, and we gave up layups and free throws, and we missed layups and free throws down the stretch, and ultimately I'm responsible. Reality is that I just don't want the last few minutes of the game to define the impact of those 3 seniors. Credit to LSU, they got the shots that they wanted down the stretch, and we didn't get the shots that we wanted. We did not execute the way that we needed to, and that's one that's going to sting for a really long time for me. Really thankful for our staff and for our team for what they fought through this year, and what they earned, and we'll be back.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the seniors mean a lot to me. I think this year has been a struggle for me specifically, and I can't thank the seniors enough for what they've done for me. They've really gotten me through a lot this year, and specifically Izzy. She's literally like my sister, and I'm so thankful for her and her leadership and her guidance, and they're all 3 just amazing people, and I know they're going to do really big things, and I'm just so proud of them, and I really wanted this game for them. They've worked so hard, and they really deserved it today, so I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, Lauren really honestly said everything, but just their leadership and I think who they are off the court. like she said, you definitely you have a sister in them, and so as much as it hurts them, it hurts you, and seeing one of us hurt, it hurts us all. So we're really disappointed, and we wanted this for them, like she said, but looking forward to amazing things as they're going to do because of the people that they are, and so.
All right, next up, we saw Iowa defeat Colorado 89-68. And now this game was really over from the jump with Iowa punching first and hitting very hard. They came out with a big lead in the first half, and that was largely because of, surprise, surprise, Caitlin Clark, who finished the first half with a whopping 8 assists to go along with her 15 points. The second half begins with Iowa up big, and they just continue the onslaught from there, ultimately comfortably beating Colorado to the point that they even put in their super bench players. Now, for Iowa, yes, Caitlin Clark did her thing. She finished with 29 points in this game, 15 assists, but who was she passing it to? Well, she's passing it to just about everybody. For 36 minutes, we saw Caitlin Clark thread the needle time after time again, putting the perfect amount of spin on the ball in the half-court offense, on fast breaks, finding her teammates time after time. Teammates like Hannah Stokey, who had a double-double in this game, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Sydney Falter had 15 points in this game. Gabby Marshall got going from 3 with 14 points. And once again, some great defense by Gabby Marshall. For Kate Martin, she almost had a double-double with 14 points and 9 rebounds. Now, when Iowa was passing the ball and shooters are hitting shots, it's hard to beat them as a team, especially if you cannot hit shots back with them. And that was Colorado's downfall. It felt like they really were hustling and trying, but they just couldn't get anything going. Whether it was mid-range shots, whether it was three-point shots, they couldn't consistently make baskets, which ultimately led to their downfall. They finished the game with only shooting 37% from the field, and you compare that with Iowa, who was shooting 53% from the field. You can't win when Iowa is shooting like that and you are shooting 37%. Colorado also was out-rebounded. They were out-assisted, and while they did a good job stealing the ball on defense, finishing with 14 steals in the game, it just wasn't enough because they couldn't capitalize on their end. But even with all of that said, the team made it to the Sweet 16, and that is something that they should be proud of as a 5th seed. As always, Colorado was led by Jalen Sherrod, who finished the game with 9 points and 10 assists. And yesterday marked her last day as a Buff. And here is what she had to say.
I want to get further than this, but the fact that you guys helped this team get back to Sweet 16s 2 years in a row. If Quay and Jalen can both comment on, if you've had really any time to reflect on, how awesome the last 2 years have been.
I got it.
I think for me, realizing that I came here and they took a chance on me and I took a chance on them really means a lot. Being told your whole life you're too small, you can't play on this level, you're not good enough. And just coming out here, like, at the end of the day, yeah, we lost, but nobody can take away these past 5 years from me. Nobody can take away what I've done, what this team has done. And, it sucks at the end of the day, but nobody can take this away from me, regardless of the criticism you get after this game or throughout the season. I just think that, yeah.
All right, now Iowa moves on to a collision course to face LSU on Monday. All right, let's continue on as we talk about USC and how they almost got. USC defeats the 5th seed, Baylor, 74-70. Now, this game was neck and neck throughout. Baylor went off for a big burst in the third quarter, outscoring USC by 10 points. And in the fourth quarter, USC came surging back. Now, to begin, let's talk about Baylor and what led them to almost get USC. And that was their defense, which I thought was really good at times. And it was junior Jada Walker trying to put her team on her back. Ultimately, she finished the game with 15 points and 7 assists. And also, senior Sarah Andrews, who hit some big buckets, including a fantastic looking bank three. At the end of the game, she finished with 17 points in this game and 3 steals. Now, let's actually move to the crucial part of this game, which was in the fourth quarter. This was a series of plays that led to deal USC with the win. Now let's go to 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game in the fourth quarter. It's all tied up, 64-64. Baylor has the ball, and Jada Walker misses a crucial layup. Juju Watkins comes down, gets the rebound, takes it all the way on the other end, and boom, she scores. And not only did she score, but she gets the and one. She makes her free throw. USC is up by 3. Baylor gets the ball, and a series of missed shots later and a costly Baylor turnover, Juju Watkins gets fouled, heads to the free throw line, splash. She makes both. USC is up by 5. 1 minute and 49 seconds left to go in the game. Who shows up for Baylor? Sarah Andrews, who hits a crucial 3-point bucket, getting the game back into reach. And both teams start missing from there. Fast forward to 26 seconds left to go in the game. USC is still winning by 2. Caitlin Davis misses a shot, and Baylor doesn't get the defensive rebound, so they foul Juju Watkins. She makes both of her free throws. Again, it's a 5-point game. Baylor calls a timeout, and it is time for Sarah Andrews to do what she does best, hit clutch buckets. Out of that timeout, Baylor runs a play for Sarah Andrews, and what does she do? Splash, makes the 3, and the bank was open on that one. It's a ball game. Again, 2-point game, but that was not enough time for Baylor because they fouled Juju, and once again, Juju makes both of her free throws. Sarah Andrews tries another 3-point shot. This time she misses, and the game is basically over from there. USC barely survived against Baylor. Now, for USC, it was, of course, Juju Watkins, who once again put her team on her back in the fourth quarter, finishing ultimately with 30 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists to secure the dub for her squad. But it wasn't just Juju. It was junior Rhea Marshall, who had some crucial boards, finishing with 16 rebounds and 11 points. And then you also have the Ivy Leaguers in Kayla Padilla and Mackenzie Forbes, who combined for 22 points in this game. A win's a win, right? And for USC, they move on to fight another day. Now, for Baylor, they fought hard on this. On to the last game of the day, which was UConn defeating Duke 53-45. Now, I will say that this game didn't really get interesting until the fourth quarter because UConn had a comfortable lead, winning 42-27 at the start of the fourth quarter. Yes, very, very low scoring game. Where it was basically, for the first time of the night, we saw Duke able to get some consistent stops alongside being able to knock down some shots of their own. And for Duke, you had Reagan Richardson hitting buckets. You had, a fantastic 3-point shot from Okonwa. And all of a sudden, we have less than 2 minutes left to go in the game. Duke is only losing by 5 points. So then you're wondering, does Duke have what it takes? As we're watching, it's like, does Duke have what it takes to come from a crazy, crazy deficit and win this game? Do they? Can they pull up the upset like they did against Ohio State? And to answer this, ultimately, it was a no. Because unlike against Ohio State, Duke couldn't hit the necessary shots in the last minute or so to actually win the game for their squad. Now for Duke, they should have their heads held high because I thought they played pretty good defense. They held UConn to only 53 points. Duke issues was that they couldn't hit makeable shots. The amount of missed layups, especially in that first half, were kind of crazy to watch. And the amount of turnovers that Duke had was dismal. And that's what contributed to their loss. But this is a young team. And I really, really like what Coach Kara Lawson is building.
Wasn't our night tonight. Thought UConn did a great job of executing defensively what they wanted to do. And, we struggled to score the ball all night. I thought defensively we, played well enough to win. It's obviously a high-powered offense. We were out of sorts and out of rhythm on the offensive end, and just weren't able to until late. Get enough points on the board. But as I told our team after the game, I'm just really proud of them, proud of the season we've had, and all the growth we've had. It's been amazing to coach this group, and just really lucky to be able to be with them every day. It's been a joy, and just fortunate to be at Duke and get the chance to coach our whole team, but especially these two that are sitting up here with me.
Seeing our younger team just develop over the course of the season has been really awesome. I know for me, we get to come again next year and try to get back to the same stage that we are here and hopefully go farther. I know the beginning of the season was a little iffy at first, but seeing them grow so much, it's just been awesome to see, and I'm super excited for next season.
Yeah, it's been amazing to watch the growth that these freshmen and everyone really throughout this whole season. I couldn't be more proud of them and just the composure they've showed, having to kind of step up as a freshman and play a really big role for this team. So I'm really excited for them moving forward and excited to watch them and really just thankful that I was able to be a part of this year.
Now, for UConn, they played the entire game with a 6-man rotation, as Ice Brady was the only one of UConn's limited bench players to actually get any minutes in this game. Paige Beckers, Nika Mule, and KK Arnold played all for 40 minutes in this game. And time and time again, we see Paige Buckets doing her thing. She finished with 24 points in this game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And she was helped out by Aaliyah Edwards, who finished with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Also, KK Arnold finished with 12 points and a whopping 5 steals. Ashlyn Shade had a pretty bad game in this game offensively, but her team still gets the job done. So on Monday, we will see USC versus UConn. All right, guys, that is the video. That has been me talking about day 2 of the Sweet 16. Today starts day 1 of the Elite 8. So I hope y'all have y'all popcorn ready, because we are about to have a really good time watching some women's basketball. Again, thank you so much to all the people who are actively donating to this channel using Patreon. If you all want to partner with me on Patreon, you can do that at patreon.com/Quita Loves Sports. As always, I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy Resurrection Sunday. Happy Easter. And until next time, guys. Bye.